out here again. I started getting some weird oil fluctuations on when driving the car. I think it picked up some silicone. I might have put too much in on this gasket. I've trimmed the silicone back. I got new oil. I got the oil pump out. I got a new pump, high volume pump. I got a new pickup tube. So we're gonna put this new pickup tube, new pump. If you look in there, there's some blue silicone in the filter there. And I think that maybe I had some oil getting sucked up. See this pickup tube, and it's the same. So I don't think it had a crack in it or anything. I don't see a crack, but we're not going to take a chance. We're going to go with the, this should be a 30% higher volume pump than the stock pump. And so we're going to put that in there. I did open the pump up, and see how that pin is for the pressure relief. See how this one's all the way out? I'm kind of wondering if maybe that pressure relief, because you look at it when you open it up, it looks suspect to me. I don't know. I don't rebuild these every day or anything, but anyway, I'll open it up. But I'm hoping this pump's the problem. We're gonna put a new pump in, new oil filter. I cut the oil filter open too. I'll show you that. I didn't see anything wrong with anything inside the oil filter. There's a check valve inside the oil filter. I'll show you. So you can see the oil filter cut open. There's the seal for the top, and then here's the filter. And see how I got some blue silicone in there? I'm thinking that blue silicone may have blocked that other pump up, but there's a check valve down here on the bottom, and a piece of rubber that goes in between that filter. That check valve doesn't seem stuck, and I don't find any big chunks anything in here either. So we're gonna put another filter on. We're gonna put new oil on. It does have this grime, but there's no metal flakes. It's just dirt. So we're going to put a new filter on, and new oil, new pump, and cross our fingers. Hope for the best. So I got the old pump open here, and you can see that pressure relief does move. So see a little valve right there. It's not stuck. So I don't know. It does move, and the vein for the pump doesn't look too bad. So we're gonna put the high volume one in and see if we can get this thing to do a little bit better on oil pressure. I think that this pump picked up some trash on that, because I'm seeing little pieces of blue, and I think I got blue silicone came out when I drained the oil. So we're going to cross our fingers, wish us luck. Alright, so we got the new pickup tube and the new pump. We checked all the clearance issues for the crank, so it's not going to hit. And we checked the dipstick level here, so make sure this dipstick will be changed. See where it says full, that full line is not up into the crank, so we're not getting aeration. If you look at that full line there, so it's underneath the crank, so, and it's over the pickup. So we checked our dipstick level too. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get the pan on now and put oil in it. Alright, so the Magnum pan uses this channel run all the way down, and it actually measures the oil in this area. Where I put a LA style dipstick in, and it comes straight in like this. So I may have been overfilling the crank, because to get oil up to where, with it bending it into this corner, I may be filling it way up to where the crank was giving it windage issues. So I've modified this for the dipstick to go past it, to go straight down in there. So you can see it come straight, so it'll go straight in instead of following that curve where it used to follow down the side of the pan. So I've modified that channel, so now you'll see the dipstick will go in just like this, and we'll be able to monitor the level and not use this channel the big super long truck dipstick used to have. My oil pan bolt, I'm going to take it over there to the lathe, and I'm going to turn most of this shoulder off. I'm worried that this may hit my pickup tube, so I'm going to turn, you know, most of that off, that initial boss that goes in there. It's not really needed, you know. So I'm going to turn that off, and because I changed this, I made this metric because it was stripped out. So the metric size 14 by 1.5 is bigger than half 20, and you just run a tap through it and put the metric bolt in. So I'm going to take this down just so it doesn't hit my pickup when I put the pan on, and it'll give me a little more volume possibly if it is up close, where, because that's basically where the pickup comes, like right here somewhere. So I'm going to turn that down and put it in. Alright, I got the grain plug shortened. I got that extra extension piece to cut off of. So now the plug just comes up even with that nut down there. I'm going to wipe this whole pan out here with not rags. I'm going to use paper towels, because paper towels can break down, where rags, the linen, act like string and wrap around stuff forever. So we're going to clean this out real well and put it on, cross our fingers. Alright, the really nice thing about the Magnum gasket is you can just reuse it over and over again. So we got the pan back on. I got a new oil filter on. I decided to get rid of the remote adapter. We don't need that. So just one less thing to fail. So we're going to run a new filter, which is the second new filter I put on. I got a new oil pump, new pickup, and we're going to fill it up full of oil, and fingers crossed. Alright, we got oil pressure. We put a truck pump in there, so we got a high volume pump. You rev it up, I got 80-90 psi pressure, so we're going to take it out and see if it doesn't not act weird. Alright, we're going to take this over, and we're basically done with that. Oil pressure hiccup is the last thing I think I had. So we're going to move the Ratatoga over here, or whatever the hell it's called, the Rat Rod Dakota piece of junk thing that I'm building. We're going to move it over into this base so we can start working on it and get my Challenger back here. So we're going to drive this over to Dad's now, and then move this car over to here so we can start working on it. Alright, we took the car back to Dad's house. They're back together and they both run again. So it's sitting in here for him to drive it around whenever he wants to. Alright, so with Dad's car done, finally able to start working on my truck again. So I got a whole lower, all these fenders got to be tied together, and there's a lower like kickboard that'll be put on. And the good Lord blessed me and allow me to get his car done for him so he can ride and drive it. And I probably wasn't going to get as much metal work as I want to do on this. I probably wasn't going to get it done this year. So it gave me a we're set up to go into the winter and get all this ready to go. All right. Yeah, if you like this kind of stuff, check back in. We're going to now focus on getting this old truck of mine running. Have a nice day.